Hello, everyone. Welcome to the network. Welcome to the Two Dads edition. Wait,
that's not it.
Start again.
Two Dads, Gen X edition. That's a great beginning. What was that?
Like, tells us when we're going to go.
I'm going to keep that in there, the clap, clap, and then she claps.
Turn around.
All right.
All right.
You know, I'm excited because we're finally doing video.
Uh-huh.
You know, we did it one time for the Star Wars episode. Check it out, everybody. It's
Yep.
episode 4. Did you see that one?
I watched a little bit of that one.
Yeah,
Only a little bit?
Did you fall asleep?
I'm so disappointed.
Yeah. I didn't fall asleep. I just did. Star Wars. It's just not my thing.
So who's your Star Wars daddy?
I don't even know what that means. That's how far away I am from that.
You're not a Star Wars nerd?
No, my mom is a Star Trek nerd.
No.
Does that count?
Jean-Luc Picard is her daddy.
Well, there's a violent culture between Star Wars and Star Trek.
I hear that.
I wouldn't say it's
I did
violent.
a commercial.
Verbally violent. How's that?
I did
I
a
have never
commercial
seen that.
with Tom Kane,
Okay.
who was one of the voices of Yoda a long time ago.
Oh, that's cool.
That might be wrong, but I think he lives in Overland Park, and I did a Price Chopper commercial with his daughter.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. How old were you?
20s.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a venture of mine.
So like 3 days ago?
Plus
Yeah.
15 years.
15 years?
Yeah. in 3 days.
So we're excited because we have one of my coworkers, Vanessa, on to go over kind of a hot topic after we did the marriage episodes, and we did kind of the divorce episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Our last one we did the kind of getting through things and how to heal after a divorce or a
Yep.
bad breakup.
Yep.
So now we're going to talk about, are you ready? What did you do to get ready? And then dating and the things we could do. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fun one, huh?
I'm going to whip out the stick.
Whip out your stick.
Because you know what time it is, James?
Oh, shoot, no.
Oh, yeah, baby. It's that time. It's that time.
I apologize in
Ready?
advance.
I'm sorry
I'm
for
not
how
sure
I
I'm
look
ready
on
for it.
TV.
You're not
There we
ready.
go.
Nobody's ready for it.
And we're
No.
gone.
No.
Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Hey, everybody. Two Dads, Gen X edition
See,
here.
now that we're on video,
with
they can see the way you look at
Vanessa.
me when you play that music. And
No,
just how awkward it gets.
knowingly. Well, now we're a lot closer. Thank God Vanessa's here. Kind of a little distance.
Makes it more intimate.
Less intimate. He's farther away.
Yeah.
But the video.
Or is that how
of
you
the-
roll? The farther the way the guy is, the more intimate it is.
As an avoidant.
That
maybe.
as an avoid. Okay, so I guess it's
Ooh,
appropriate. We're talking about
starting
dating.
off.
If that's something that we're starting with, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome.
Recovery avoidant, but we'll continue.
Recover and avoid.
In recovery, I think I want to say.
Oh my
An
goodness.
avoidant in recovery.
Mhm.
I don't know that that's a thing. And I can say that I'm a therapist.
You should look it up.
Oh, should I? Okay.
Look it up, motherfucker. We were close.
Yeah,
We were close to
all
3
right,
minutes.
all right.
My bad.
Not really, but that's okay.
So we're going to start off with, after you were done out of a relationship that was rough or, divorces, when did you feel like you were healed and ready to date? And how did you know you were ready to date?
Who are you asking?
Both of you, all three of
okay.
us.
Well,
We'll start with Vanessa.
Sure, yeah. When did I feel like I was healed and ready to date? Assuming that
she's
I
a
have
recovering avoidant, remember?
been wounded, which as an avoidant, we try to avoid wounds. So
Yeah.
the vulnerability of that would require, I guess the wounding would require a vulnerability that we like to avoid. However, I, as a recovering avoidant, I have practiced that.
Practice being vulnerable?
Yes, practiced being vulnerable.
Gotcha.
And I think that it did stem from like a time in my life when I was in my young 20s where I was very vulnerable. And then in that formidable years, like it did not go well for me. And so then I think I was like that anxious and then swung back to that avoidant side. And then I was like, that will never happen to me again. Right. And so
Kept
exact
everybody at arm's
voice.
length.
yeah, Yeah. Was that kind of Star Warsy enough?
Yeah, it was more like a witch.
More like a witch. Okay.
Like we're gonna use that clip in Halloween episodes.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
That makes sense. Invite me back for those episodes for sure. So the healing of
Like when did you
starting
know
off
when you
strong.
yeah, when did you know you're
lighter
ready?
than that?
Yeah, when did you know you're ready to date? Like you knew you were healed, you found who you were, and you were just like, I'm ready to date again. Or did you ever?
Yeah, I think that is a continual process of not knowing that I was healed, but knowing that I was ready to be accountable for where my triggers and my wounds were.
Okay.
And so in that process, being aware and being okay with whatever the answers were. So if I came into a relationship, I just decided to approach dating differently in the respect of like not having certain expectations from that person or myself. And then with whatever came up, take it for face value and use that as a lesson for like what this trigger or situation or emotion conjured up in me, and then say it's not bad, it's not good, it just is, and then use that to inform myself and my decisions about this relationship and moving forward. So I knew that it has to be like a full accountability of not being afraid of what those things were going to bring out. And so then I knew I was going to be able to not be healed from those things, but accept them and then learn how to navigate with them. Because as I've learned in therapy, that
I was about to
always a plug.
Sounds like you have been through therapy.
we don't completely heal. It's not like, oh, I'm going to go to therapy and then in 2 sessions or a year of sessions, I'm going to be fixed. It's I now learn to navigate my life more fully and more connected and more wholeheartedly with the things that are a part of me.
Absolutely.
Right.
And so, and everybody else has that. I have that. The person that I'm going to try and date has that. My friends have that. My family have that. It is just like that interconnectedness. And so accepting that and owning that and then moving forward with that, just being okay and being uncomfortable, that was going to be okay. And I was going to survive that.
Yeah. I have a question.
Yeah.
So if I heard correctly earlier, you've never been married?
I've never been married.
Okay.
No.
Have you ever
Been
dated
close.
guys that have been through divorce? And did you ever well, let me ask you this. Have you ever dated guys that were not healed enough to start dating?
Yes.
How did that go? What was your experience there?
Okay. This one of the last more significant relationships I had. We dated for about 9 months.
Okay.
That's
and
actually 3 months longer than your normal.
It is a good memory.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It is.
All right.
So it was. So that was very significant for me.
Yeah.
But so this person I met in real life, in IRL, not online. We met in real life.
Okay.
We met out dancing, and had a wonderful time. We had issues throughout the 9 months, but then we repaired well. So like what I saw in some of the mistakes that he made, some of the mistakes that I made, it wasn't about the content of the mistakes. It was about what we do after them.
Sure.
Yeah,
Right.
Right.
And so it's about the repair. And so I saw evidence of good repair and things that we could move forward with. And I thought, oh, okay, this is the things that I need to work on. I can see these things and I can see them grow and I can see them progress. And so that kind of excited me throughout some processes or throughout some events that were not okay.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But we're always going to have make bad decisions. Yeah.
Sorry, keep going.
Okay, so this full story, I will just. Okay, so we get to 9 months. I am recognizing some manipulative factors in him and some kind of gaslighting and some narcissism and trying to figure out where all this fits in that spectrum, and then realizing, okay, I feel like I've given it a chance and I feel like I've given repair a chance and all these things, and I don't want to be in this relationship anymore.
Okay,
right?
gotcha.
And so, yeah.
So, I mean, do you think the actual repair for him was actually, oh, shit, she's noticing my narcissism? And because they're good at doing
Like
that.
he's trying to keep you?
Because they notice that, like, oh, they're pulling away. So that's when they try to fix it to get you back in.
Yeah, I think so. One of his issues was a lack of trust. And so he would go, a couple of times he went through my phone and my
Huge
laptop.
red flag.
Yeah, well, I
Huge
didn't
red
know
flag.
that until
Yeah.
much later. That I just and so
Yeah.
so then when I was gone for a little while, I came back. He stayed at my place while I was gone and helped take care of my dog and those kinds of things, which I was very grateful for. And it was a test. Not a test, but it was just like one of those things of how is this going to go.
Right.
Anyway, so he comes back and he says, "Hey, I have something to tell you." And I said, "Okay, like let's do that." So we went, so we sat down, and I could tell it was something big. And he said,
Yeah.
"I went through your your messages or whatever." And I said, "Okay." And obviously that didn't feel good.
Right.
Yeah.
But I very much appreciated
it
that
pissed
he
you off?
told me that. It pissed me off. But it didn't
You
piss
don't
me
have
off.
to use therapist terms in here.
Yeah. I think I'm practicing that in real life. I like that.
Okay,
I like
alright.
that.
That was good.
So it wasn't, I was upset, but I really took it as information from like, oh, this is a person who has trust issues, who I have not given him any reason that I am aware of that he would not trust me.
Yeah.
And so, but what I did see was, oh, he's telling me this mistake that he made. And I really appreciate that. Right. And I was just like, okay, like, let's talk this out. Like, what did you need from that? Why
was
did
it
you do it?
Test from him to see how you'd react, to
Yeah.
see if he could do it again.
Yeah, apparently, because he did.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
was like, oh, she was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I can keep doing it. Kind
Yeah.
Of thing.
I mean, I
Right.
told him that was not
Yeah.
okay. Like, I
Yeah.
didn't say, oh, no big deal. Right. I said, that's obviously a privacy boundary, a trust boundary, all those things. And then, but I think that he only admitted it to me because he didn't find anything
Yeah.
that was negative or that I was cheating or anything like that. And so, and I opened it up. I said, hey, like, what is there anything in what you found now that we have said that was not okay? You have accepted that was not okay. I've said that's not okay. What do you want to talk? What do you need to talk about?
Yeah.
Because you did it for a reason.
Mhm.
So why did you do it? And what did you find anything that you need to talk about? So we talked about a couple things, no big deal, whatever. So later on, this is a couple months later, I'm seeing just more of those red flags. I'm seeing more of those
Right.
things. And I'm like, okay, this relationship is over and I need to get out of it. And I was not perfect in the ending of this relationship. Okay. Like, I will own, this is not what we're here to talk about, but this is, so I, started to end it.
It might become what we're here to talk about.
Yeah.
Do I have to pay you for that session?
No,
of that?
no. We're in Kansas. I'm licensed in Missouri, so it doesn't. I can't.
It
Yeah.
can't be.
Yes, out of jurisdiction.
But I'm licensed in both.
Yeah,
There you go. There you
as
go.
a nurse. Yeah,
we learned some therapy.
it's true. So so I say like, hey, we need to end this relationship. But of course, I give some mixed signals because I still care about him, right? Like, you
Sure.
spend 9
Yeah.
months with somebody, you know that it's not the thing that you want to continue, but you also still care about that person. And so throughout this kind of time of ending things, we have, we go out, it's like January. And so we go out to the lake and it's frozen and we're just like making bad decisions because I know that the relationship is ending, but I'm still having fun. And, that's some things that I need to work on. And so we go skinny dipping in the lake. While we go skinny dipping in the lake, we take photos and videos because we're not, that's so
Oh,
fun.
no.
That's a
Right?
great
That's
idea when
so
you're about
That's
to
a-
break up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
With his
oh.
phone.
Oh.
Clearly. with his
No,
phone.
you
So
didn't.
we absolutely did.
So was it like an Apple 16, 15?
I don't
Better
kn-
camera? Was it
what?
Samsung?
Why are you asking
God,
those?
I don't
I
know.
was just wondering, why his, us because manipulated.
Oh yeah, probably because he suggested it.
Probably.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we go skinny dipping. We have, we take some photos. They're fun, whatever. And then we spend like maybe a day or two together. And then I'm like, okay, fuck it, Vanessa. I just have to like really.
Rip the Band-Aid off.
Yes, rip the Band-Aid off. And so, so I do. And then a couple of days later, I recognized that a friend of mine who I had recently reconnected with, who lives in Idaho, who I have not seen in 14 years, is blocked from my accounts, from my Facebook account and my email account. So let me just a little bit back on this friend in Idaho. We were in the Peace Corps together. I was in the Peace Corps right after college. So in Southeast Africa and Malawi, and he and I connected there, but never connected after that. We were just friends there for a very short amount of time.
Yeah.
Like nothing. There was no romantic connection, none of that. So it's like, oh, hey, like I'm, around the area. Haven't seen you in a long time. Are you available? Right. And I wasn't, but it was still this like, oh, cool. Like, how's life? Like, what's life outside of the Peace Corps like for you for the last 15 years?
Sure.
And that's only something you can connect with certain type of person. And so we've been messaging some. I did not tell the person that I was dating about the messages because it didn't feel like I needed to. It wasn't it wasn't, I don't know, it just wasn't a topic. And I was already in the process of thinking, okay, I need to get it out of a relationship with this person.
Yeah.
And so I get on my phone and I see that that Idaho is blocked. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. Like, I wonder what I said. I think that Idaho blocked me. Right.
Gotcha.
So I am, so I think, wow, that's so weird. I wonder what I said, or maybe he's, it's a new year. Maybe he's just like, new life, new me. I need to change some stuff. Okay, whatever. I was disappointed. Yeah.
New phone. Who did?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I was disappointed, but whatever. I got over it.
Yeah.
And so, and then a couple days later, I just thought this didn't make any sense. And so I had to Google how to block somebody because I don't block people. That's not a strategy of mine. It doesn't help me at all. And so I had to Google how to block somebody. And then I followed Google and I unblocked. I found out who I had blocked, and it was Idaho. That my accounts had blocked Idaho from Facebook and Gmail. And I thought, oh, fucking A. I know exactly what happened. Right? And so I send Idaho a message and I say, hey, I'm so sorry. I'm pretty sure my recent ex-boyfriend blocked you. That was not me. Like, how you doing? Here's my phone. We didn't even have phone numbers of each other. That's how unintimate this was. Yeah. And I said, here's my phone number. Please text me. I'm so sorry. Thinking that like he'll never talk to me again, which is fine, whatever. And so he responded. And he said, oh, wow. Like, thank you for reaching out. I was thinking that like, what had I done? What had I said? Yada, yada, yada. Yeah. And then he said, can I call you? And I said, sure. And so he called me and he goes, okay, I just want to make sure this wasn't like a fake number. And I was like, okay, tell me more. And he goes, I have something to tell you. And I was like, oh.
I just saw you on Pornhub.com.
Fucking for real. No.
Oh, really? I was like, guessed it.
If it was, it would be my own accord, not of somebody else's. Yeah. And so he said, what's your ex-boyfriend's name? And I told him his name, and I was like, oh no. And he said, okay, well, I got a message from that person. And I was like, oh, Lordy Jesus. And so he said, do you want to know what it says? I said, no, I don't. I don't care. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. Like, yes, I do not need to know. Yeah. Like, I'm moving forward.
Because you might kill him.
Yeah. And he said, I also received a photo from him. And I was like, I know exactly what photo you received from that. And he goes, so he starts. So I was like, I really don't want to know. He was like, I think you should know what this person is saying about you. And so he sends me the information, the two messages that my ex had sent this person, and they were so manipulative. I wish I could just read it to you word for word. But it was things like, Vanessa has been struggling with infidelity. Vanessa has issues that she needs to work on. I'm her boyfriend, and I would really appreciate it if you stopped messaging her. She has things that that she's going through, that she needs support with.
That's a guy that probably will never heal. Because it's not about healing at that point. It's about personality. That's a personality disorder.
That's a disorder, yeah.
So I'm sorry
you went through that.
I think that's true, but I also don't want that to be true because I do have a heart for him. As much as bullshit as that was, I still look back in that relationship and think about the positive things that we did. We had connection. We had wonderful conversation. We had good.
But did you really though?
The thing is all those positives at this point, you can look back at them and probably say those are all manipulations.
Yeah, 100%.
All of them.
Well, here's another question though.
Don't kill my vibe.
Was that the relationship that turned you into an invert?
Oh, good question. No, it wasn't.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Avoidant. Yeah.
Avoidant.
No.
Sorry. Because you're definitely not an invert.
I am though, like 51%.
Oh, you did the Myers-Briggs?
No, 1%.
So, and actually, a week prior to me breaking up with him, he proposed to me. He gave me.
He knew it was coming.
He
knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Yep.
He brought a $10,000 ring over. that he had bought that day. So
Did you see the receipt, or you just said it was $10,000?
Oh, okay. So I tried to give the ring back, and he said, so I put it on because
why?
because
Why does
I've
women
never
do that?
had a $10,000 ring on my finger before.
Who said it was $10,000?
I'll tell you how I found
Okay,
out.
how'd you find out?
So I put it on. And I was like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. So, it's those moments where like 1,000 things go through your head in like a second.
I don't know.
Right?
I've never been posed to.
Yeah, neither have I. Neither have I.
Other moments that you can relate to.
And I've never bought a $10,000 ring.
Nope.
And you're
Maybe that's why I'm divorced twice.
Yeah.
I'm just
Ain't banking on
There's
that.
that $25 cent ring.
I
got a blue one.
No, first one I went through a diamond supplier. I got it for like the price that the
Diamond.
the jewelry stores pay.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Smart.
I thought so. Yeah.
So he presents me
This
with this
ring, yeah.
ring, and I knew I was going to say no.
By the way, this
right?
is $10,000.
Yeah, no. So I kept I tried to give it back, and he said, "That's not how this works." And
No, he
I
wanted to have
said,
that. Oh, you want to be able to hold that over your head.
Yep.
"Yeah." I said, "You're right.
Yeah.
This is not how this works."
Yeah.
Right. And
Good
so
on you.
I could tell that he was not in a headspace that he was going to be able to receive that ring back. Okay. And so I thought, okay, I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to like throw it. I'm just going to let this settle for a little bit. So he leaves. I keep the ring for a week. He texts me. He's like, wear it around, like wear it out. See how it feels. Okay.
See how it feels.
Which I did.
Oh my God.
Did you wear it on the actual?
Oh,
Did you wear it
That's
actually
horrible.
on the wedding finger, or did you leave?
Oh,
leave it on the right
yeah.
hand?
Oh,
that is so
absolutely.
bad. I'm judging that so badly
Absolutely.
right now.
Well, it's no different than Rachel and Monica putting on wedding dresses when they're not even getting married. It's like, just pretend.
No. That's
From
different. That's
friends?
going to the store and doing it yourself. This is a ring a guy gave her.
Yeah, she's just pretending. What if someone else gave me this?
He was fucking pretending. He was the
Yes, he
one
was.
pretending.
I'm glad you see that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
Glad
it's
you see
growth. Yeah. You can thank Sarah Wilper for that. She's my therapist.
Oh,
She's
right
the
on.
best,
Plug
yes.
for her.
Plug.
So I keep the ring for a little bit, right? I'm imagining, Anyway, so it's in a Tivol box. So I go to Tivol and I say, hey, I'm looking for your engagement rings. And they say, okay, do you have a certain ring in mind?
Yeah, this one in my hand.
I said, yep. And she goes, do you have a picture of it? I said, I have the ring. She goes, oh. And I was like, I'm not keeping it. She goes, oh.
She's like, spill the tea. Spill the tea.
That's exactly. She goes, tell me the tea. And so I told her a very abbreviated version. And what I was really interested to know was,
This guy's a psychopath, and he's trying to manipulate me into marriage.
I was just like, can he get his money back? Right? Like, is there like she said no warranty?
Yeah.
Because there should be.
There should be. That's a
There
good
really
idea.
should be. And she said it
You
would
know
just
what?
be.
First jewelry store that actually offers that to men will probably get tons and tons of business.
Yeah.
And
Do it.
they'll owe you 2%.
Vanessa Kramer. I live at 5740 Rockland.
Please.
Yeah. Absolutely. So we had and she was just like, I don't know. It depends on the whatever the agreement they made. I don't know. I've never fucking bought a ring. And
So I
so
think you have like 30 days, don't you?
I don't know.
that's good. That would be good information for your listeners.
I didn't intend to have to bring a ring back, so I never paid attention to that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, so finally, like a week later, he came back and said, I need to take the ring back. And I was like, yes, you do. Here's the ring. And so I asked her, I said, how much was
You
this?
should have gone, yes, you do, because I went to Tivol and you only have 4 more days.
Yeah.
You better hurry.
Go now.
Like,
You're welcome.
You got 12 minutes, dude, to get in your car and go.
I
That's
mean-
when you're like, so I don't have the ring anymore, but I do have this car.
My girlfriends were like, you could pawn it. You could. I mean, I was like, I wasn't really
going
going
to
to do
First wife did with
anything.
the ring. She pawned it. She got like $80 for it.
Yeah.
Oh.
She got screwed so bad.
Yeah. How much was your
So
off the market ring? Yeah.
off the market.
Off the
No,
market
this
ring,
was
I
like
don't
a AAA. Like
Okay.
It's a place called Rocky Mountain Diamond in Salt Lake City.
Okay.
They supply the top tier like jewelry stores.
Yeah.
And so I only paid like $400 for it.
Okay, so 80 was not bad.
No, but that was like the wholesale price. The actual retail would have been like $1,500.
That was actually from the little kid
And this
that
is
was
like-
mining it out of the ground.
This is like
That was a blood diamond.
25 years ago too.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he finally took it back. And then
I was broke. No judgment.
I'm not. So that's another thing. If somebody giving me a $10,000 ring honestly proves that you don't know me at all.
Yeah.
Right? Like I am not at 10,000. Like there's so many other things that
But you
we
were.
could do.
You were around
you
for a
were.
week.
You did, yeah.
I knew I wasn't going to keep it. It was just a fantasy for a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, it was blinging though. Okay.
Just like, hey guys, what's
Yeah.
going on?
Oh, I have to scratch my ear.
Oh, fuck. I photoed that. I mean, like, yeah.
She flew to the beach. The whole set
My whole engagement
so
with
bad.
the with the
with the
ring,
ring,
on it,
not the
so-
guy,
Yeah.
just the ring.
So when he took the ring back is when you broke up with him?
I mean, I think when he took the ring back, he was like, I finally recognize that, like, you are serious. We're not together. Like, we're breaking up, blah, 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 blah.
Good.
And then
Yeah.
I think after
His
that.
manipulation failed.
Yeah. And then so with Idaho, he did send me, and he sent me, it was the two letters that he had sent to Idaho, and they, with very manipulative factors, and they and then the photo of me naked.
Wow.
It was a naked photo of me to somebody who he thinks likes me. That doesn't make sense to me.
But it's a photo that he
That he
Yeah.
took with his phone, right? So it's one of those like, oh God, like we're being so cute and fun, right?
Yeah.
Like whatever. And then he sent that to somebody who he thinks likes me.
You went skinny dipping in ice water.
Yeah.
So he was not showing well.
No.
There's shrinkage.
Good pickup. I don't think it showed him actually. It showed like his like upper body, but yeah.
Okay, so that was probably on purpose.
That was maybe on purpose.
I went whitewater rafting on the Snake River in Idaho in like
Yeah, they don't call it a
May.
snake for a reason.
It was all ice melt. So bad. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's another story. For
Was it
another
so
time.
inverted you could taste it?
Do you have any photos? I'm sorry, do your friends have any photos of you
No,
that they
this is-
inadvertently got?
No.
Where your pants were
There are-
completely flush? No bulge.
I was like the Zohan.
Nice.
Oh, that's so bad. Anyway, sorry.
Okay, so we've established that you
You get great.
You're
choice
pretty
in
healed. You know, you tend to, even if you're not healed, you recognize what you need to work on.
Recognize
and
the
stuff like
unhealed.
that.
Yeah.
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 And you know what you need to work on, which is good. I mean,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
good.
generally that kind of sets that priority of, I know I'm not ready for this, and this, but, I am ready to go out there, get going, which kind of brings me up to the next segment of what's your motivation to date,
Oh yeah.
So different people have different motivations. One's,
Well, she said it earlier.
but it wasn't recording yet.
No, it
so,
wasn't recording yet.
Some people, they get lonely, like men.
Careful
tend
how
to
you
get
say it.
Super lonely.
No, don't be candid,
Um,
please. Yeah.
Some just get horny, and so
Yeah.
just go on
Yeah.
a killing spree, especially after divorce.
Say killing spree.
Killing spree, yeah, I just,
Hook up.
notches on the,
Hook up.
notches on the
hook up,
bedpost.
Why
killing
is it
spree.
murder?
It's
Because
an aggressive male perspective.
you're pounding.
Sometimes that's okay. Yeah.
And then the other ones are actually ready for a partner, and then there's people looking for baby batter, like you.
Yeah. So I think it would depend on the
batter.
It depends on if there's a goddamn vasectomy.
Like, why is this so thin?
Or
I'm just
or
like
conversely,
I'm like testing
why
the
is this so
viscosity
thick?
of it
Yeah.
before.
Stringing it along
just
like
like,
Spider-Man web.
That tastes fertile. Yeah.
Tastes fertile. That's not a lot of pineapple.
I don't think you
That's-
can taste
It must
that.
be Hawaiian.
Maybe
I don't know
you
if that's a
haven't
thing.
tasted it.
Well, no, I haven't.
You've never been snowballed?
No.
Yeah, I avoid
You've
it.
never. Yeah.
I avoid
snowball.
it. I'm like, nope.
So much for this being a kids show.
Nope.
Your,
Nothing about this is a kid show.
your ninja reflexes.
Okay.
It would depend on the time.
well,
Okay.
let's right
Yeah.
now. What's your motivation to date?
Good question.
Besides the
Great
baby batter.
question. Great question. So I am 39.
39.
Still wanting to pursue this parallel idea of like romantic relationships, but then also knowing that my biological clock has time, and now's the time, right, for me. And so can I do both? Can I pursue single motherhood by choice and romantic relationship? What I've decided that would be unethical is to pursue romantic relationship in hopes of making a baby within a year. Because that would
Gotcha.
just, it would
like literally Rachel from Friends.
jumble.
I'm 29. I gotta get married 30, or like she's like, I want to be married and a baby
Right,
by 32.
right.
And they're like,
Is this-
so I have
wait,
9 months.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is that common with women when they're starting to get mid-30s, late 30s, where they're just like, my clock is ticking. I've got to find a guy. I've got to figure this out. Otherwise, is that normal?
If they want to be a mom, I think so. So
Do you think most women want to be a mom at some point?
I'd say-
I have no idea if it's most women, but I
Okay.
know plenty of wonderful women that do not want to be moms, and that is a beautiful choice, and they just want to go live their lives the way that they want to fucking live their lives. And when you have a baby, from my understanding,
you don't
you don't.
get to.
No.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
you don't.
So I
Yeah.
actually
I
just
had 5.
I
Well,
recently
I didn't
Woo.
have 5.
You did, though.
You
I
father.
raised
I
5.
respect that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you did.
Yeah. Your life is not your own anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
You are a slave.
Not that I minded. I loved
to the
it, but
kid.
it's not yours anymore.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I'm like finally getting my life now.
Mm-hmm.
Not finally. That sounded bad. I'm choosing to read. Sorry, kids. I love
It's a
you.
different side of your life, though.
It is. It is
Yeah.
totally a different side. Yeah.
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 Well, there was actually a study that showed that it's up to like 42% of women don't want to be mothers.
Wow.
The
Okay.
backside of that study showed that women truly don't know how society works until they're a mother.
Ooh.
Because you go from being,
And men do
Selfish and
know how
independent?
society works.
it's a totally different study.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Watch it.
it actually showed
Obviously, we
it
don't
showed that
Yeah.
Study men and women the same way.
your whole mentality changes as a woman when you have kids.
Yes.
It
does.
goes from selfish to, oh, I can't be selfish anymore. I have to devote myself to this individual. And I say selfishly
Yeah.
loosely. I don't
Yeah.
say all women are selfish. I'm just saying you're
No, no, no,
you're very central minded. You're doing what's best for you. You want to do that. And sometimes if you're dating somebody, obviously you're making adjustments. But but the study was really interesting because the fear of underpopulation is what's
Mhm.
going to kill the planet, not overpopulation, because we have enough. If we took every person in the world and put them in Alaska, they would all have an acre each.
Yeah.
That's how big this planet is.
Yeah. I've heard a statistic. If everybody could, if we could live off of 5 acres, if you grow your own food, everybody could be in North and South America, and the rest of the planet would be
Totally
empty
empty.
of people.
So just the allocation of resources that we're doing very
We
poorly.
throw food away.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
tons
Yeah.
of
Anyway.
billions.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
But I was reacting because I've actually have met women and known women like at different times in my life where it's like they are only selfish. It doesn't matter that they have kids, and
Oh, yeah.
it's
Oh,
a
sure.
huge turnoff for me.
Well, that's the
Mhm.
part when they had kids before they wanted to, or they had them because they feel like they had to. Because
Mhm.
there's a lot of women that, oh shit, my friends are having kids, so I need to have kids so I can be
Yeah.
part of the club. Just like, oh, my friend's divorced. Well, maybe I don't want to be married anymore because they're having more fun than I am in this
Right.
marriage, kind of thing. And the truly happy people do not let the outside influence dictate their fucking life. And it's like,
Well, I remember like with my first wife one of the things we talked about when we were engaged was I had this concern of because she had my oldest daughter she had at 17. I adopted my oldest when she was 4. She was 2 and her mom and I got married. She's my daughter, but one of the things that I brought up to my ex-wife was, oftentimes if somebody has a child early on, when their kids get to be teenagers around the age that they were kind of partying or whatever, they kind of try to recapture their single life that they didn't get to have.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, that's not a problem. I'm devoted. I'm all this other stuff. Well, that's what ended up happening.
I can see that in some other people for sure.
Yeah.
Well, and my sister, she was one of those people where she got pregnant at 16 or 17. And so in her late 20s, she kind of
Went nuts.
Went nuts. And
Yeah.
she was still married and everything, but, she did a lot of things and stuff like that. And it took her to kind of have a hard reset to realize, oh, I'm being stupid. I could,
Sure,
I could
yeah.
lose my family. I can do all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen that in the past where if people have that mentality of, oh my God, I missed out on college, I missed out this and that, and they want to recapture it,
Yeah.
instead of actually focusing on your kids are grown and you can actually start traveling because you have more money, you're more financially
Right.
secure, instead of when
Right.
you're 20 and you're trying to like, okay, I got to save up 9 months for this trip kind of thing, where now it's like, oh, 2 months and you have a partner to help do it and you actually have someone to travel and understand that with. And so I think a lot of it is the best movie out there was Hall Pass.
Oh, I didn't see it, but yeah.
So like the women, you know, they're in therapy and they're basically thinking the guy wants a hall pass, and it's probably one of Christina Applegate's best movies because she's just like a partier and all this stuff, but she's miserable in her marriage.
Yeah.
And so the therapist knows what the goal is. They know the women are miserable in their marriage, and they're trying to project that misery onto the husband, but the husbands are happy and kind of thing. And so they're like, we'll give him a hall pass. See what happens. You'll know if he really needs it or not. And so most of the movie is like the guy's like trying to have a hall pass, but they never can do it.
Right.
But then Christina Applegate's character does. And she's like, yeah, totally cool. This is great. Where the wife realizes, the other character which was the gal from The Office, the secretary, Pam. And she realizes like, oh shit, I'm the problem. I'm the one that needed this, but I really don't want it. And so she's like, please tell me you didn't do anything. And he said, oh, I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it. And they end up happy. And, of course, the other couple gets divorced and stuff.
Right.
So I think a lot of times it's just that gets derailed like that, where people think one person needs it when really they're the unhappy one.
The projection is strong.
Oh, yeah.
In every relationship.
And we have all these expectations of what, you know, marriage and relationships are supposed to be and what families are supposed to be. And then we start focusing on what we're not receiving rather than communicating what our needs are and having that mutual growth, mutual understanding. And so we, you know, if we're not focused on being in a relationship and working on the relationship itself, and when it comes to having kids, the husband and wife, the mother father, that relationship is the most important relationship. It supersedes the relationship with the kids, because if you prioritize the kids over the marriage or over the relationship is going to fail. But what happens is people become very selfish, they become very self-centered, and they start focusing on what they're not getting, and they become miserable, and they think they have to seek it out elsewhere. And that's where, you know, one of the problems that happens, especially after like divorce, and this, you know, going back to like, is somebody ready to start dating? Yeah. If the mindset is, well, my ex was the problem, I'm just going to find a better partner. No,
you're going to make the same mistakes.
You're going to make, well, they might be different, but they're still going to be the mistakes, and you're going to end up divorced again.
Is it? Wait, how many times have you been married?
Twice.
17. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
I remember hearing one time that your third marriage is actually your most successful marriage, because your first marriage, you think it was the other person, right? You think, oh, I just need to find the right person. And so then you get divorced, and then you just think the problem was them. You just need to find the right person for you. You get married a second time to who you think is the right person again, because you're putting the onus on the other person. You get divorced again because that wasn't actually the problem. And then finally you realize, oh, maybe I need to be the right person.
My situation's a little different.
Well, and I can actually
maybe
say,
not just you, but like maybe.
Yeah. No, that's I think that's pretty common.
Yeah. Well, I can actually say Amanda probably was kind of like my second.
Yeah.
Because I saw in her a lot of what I was doing to Brenna and how she treated me and what she was doing to me. And I knew I wasn't purposely doing it. Like, she was actually purposely doing it. We were doing it because we were so broken that we were both in survival mode. And, you know, it's like nothing she could do ever was right. And same thing with me. I could never do the right thing, even though we both were doing the right thing, kind of thing. And so for me, it was really understanding that those things that I did to Brenna helped me understand what I did wrong. Because I did struggle. Like, I knew I wasn't perfect, and I knew I'd made mistakes. But there was things of, like, I was trying to figure out what I did wrong and how I could have been better. And I tried to do that in that relationship, and it just, like, backfired. And then I kind of realized, oh, it wasn't really just that. It was also this, and this.
I have a question. When you were doing that, were you expecting, and I don't know how that went, right? But so when you were trying to find out what you did wrong, and then you finally got to the point where you could say, oh, I'm going to take accountability for this. Like, this is what I do wrong. How can I make that better? Were you expecting then that person to say, oh, thank you for like being accountable for that and like trying to make it better? Like, were you expecting a pat on the back, or
No, because that was always self-reflection. You know,
Okay.
it's like, what did I do wrong? How I could have done this differently. And then when I found myself, it was always, she always had to be louder.
Mhm.
And so every argument was her yelling at me and putting me down. And anytime I'd say, hey, you know, when you did this, it made me feel this way. She's like, so that's your problem.
Mm.
And I'm like, okay. And then it just always get flipped because she's a narcissist and it was always about her and all that stuff. But so with that breakup, it did take me a long time to heal. You know, we talked about it in the last one
Yeah.
where I drank a lot.
Mhm.
Literally don't remember 3 weeks because of it, you know, kind of thing. And got to the point where I probably should have gone to the hospital one time because I could have died. And that was a huge eye opener for me. And that's when I started healing and taking the time. And so my original motivation to date wasn't to find someone. It was just having company to experience things and kind of understand what I liked in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my whole life was always about them and what they wanted to do and how they wanted to do it, and then my kids. And so I never really ever in my whole life ever found me and what
Yeah.
I wanted in life. And so this going around, I did. And I actually took the time to understand who I want, what I will put up with and what I won't put up with and kind of things. And then I knew I was ready to go out there and date, and it shifted from just kind of hanging out to cool. Now I actually am ready to meet somebody, see how it goes and build. And then that last relationship, there's like red flags, and I found myself doing what I do, making excuses for them and this, that. But then I recognized the bad stuff sooner. And I'm like, I'm not going to put up with this. And of course, every time I tried to break up with her, she'd be like the George Costanza one. No, we're not breaking up. You're just sad. You're just tired. Go take a nap.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck you. I want out. Let me out.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah. Talk about not being heard. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, this is actually what you mean.
Yeah.
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 So your motivation is to
Yeah, that's
Find
not a
somebody
narcissistic
and
trait. This is
basically
what you're
find somebody.
actually feeling and thinking.
Yeah.
So just so you know, this is what you're really feeling. Yeah.
Oh. I mean, I applaud you for the recognizing it sooner, right? Because it is the things that we'll always be functioning with. We just need to learn how to navigate with it.
Yeah, and like you had talked in the beginning about, like, you know, being able to recognize what our processes are, what we have to deal with, you know, all of that. We're never going to be over them completely. It's not about being like
I'm totally over mine.
no. I mean, like not the relationships. I'm talking about our triggers, our trauma, or whatever you want to call it. Right? We're always going to have them. They're always going to be there, but we can't do anything about it if we're not aware of it first.
Yeah.
You know, and so we have to become aware of our own stuff
And be okay with it. We have to accept that is the reality.
Except that that's the reality. We don't have to be okay with it because otherwise we're not progressing, right?
Right.
But learning to recognize that we can still love ourselves in spite of these things as we learn and as we grow and as we develop. You know, we're always growing, but
But also, if I'm also since I decided I want to have a baby, I took my IUD out, which was my best friend for like the last 10 years. Okay, fucking I miss her actually dearly.
You can have an MRI
now. She was wonderful. Her name was
what's
Marina.
funny is as you talk about after taking it out, you're like, ugh.
I know, I'm like,
adjusting.
there's this void inside of my uterus right now that I'm looking to fill with something else.
so empty.
Yeah, it's so empty. It needs to be full. So
Every
now
guy that
I'm
watches this is going to be like,
What's her number?
either that or they're going to be like, let's avoid that. No.
It's 816-555-13. So now I'm having these regular cycles, and I'm noticing when I'm ovulating, and good God, I am so horny when I'm ovulating. It is ridiculous. I didn't recognize it as clearly.
So
when
that's your
I had an
motivation
IUD.
now?
A couple times a month, yes, it is. It
couple
is
times a
not-
month.
I
That's
mean, other than that, I
It's
have
usually
a
like
little
a
bit more
Friday,
logic.
Saturday. You know.
Gotcha.
No, I have it on an app. It's clearly marked.
Oh, looks like August 13th. I'm going to be super horny.
It's very
I'm going
accurate.
to-
Yeah.
Take my temperature every morning. Okay.
Well, that really kind of led to this third segment, which we actually kind of started talking about, is like, what are your boundaries and, what you will put up for, what you are looking for in somebody. Sounds like, you've learned, I mean, honestly, that your process of understanding your past relationships and what you'll put up with and what you won't put up with, those are those boundaries. And then we find that when we don't stick to our boundaries, that's when we fall into the relationship we shouldn't be in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we have boundaries all the time. The question is, are they healthy for us or are they unhealthy for us?
That's true.
So like just letting the hormones decide whether you're going to,
go to Sully's or not.
Get some baby putty going or something like that. That would be potentially an unhealthy.
So I literally was just ovulating like a couple days ago. Okay. So I was like, oh, fuck it, Vanessa. There's a couple people on my list. I would say some people say roster. I recently had a friend of mine that said, I don't have a roster. I have a wait list. I was like, oh,
wow,
fuck.
that's arrogant.
Also, you know who it is. If you think about it hard enough, you would know. Yeah. And I just...
It's a bit arrogant.
I love it.
Did she have like 5 kids with 5 different guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
anyway,
a red flag
I loved
too.
it. Whatever.
I don't know who
whatever.
she is, but that's a huge red flag.
Okay, everybody has their red flags. Don't act like you don't have any red flags.
Oh, I know. I've been divorced twice.
Okay,
that's
so don't
red
judge
flag.
her. You don't know her.
Not
Anyway,
necessarily.
I loved it. So I was ovulating the other day, and I was like, okay, Vanessa, you could call one of these people, or you could stick with your plan. Not that I have a really great plan right now. And so I bought a new vibrator online instead.
She went to the WNBA game and just picked up one of the dildos off the court and went home. And she called James to see if he had any lube from his lotions collection.
There's free lube all over.
I
the
told
city.
you I was not in the Navy.
Oh, all right, guys. We're going to wrap up this segment. Hey, this is a 2-part segment series. Segment series, 2 episodes. Oh, my God. I'm saying
Yeah, we're breaking
I'm
this
so
into 2
flustered
episodes.
about right
so
now.
if you want to hear the rest of Vanessa's process.
or be a part of the Vanessa's process.
This is not for you to get hookups.
What did you invite me on here for?
This isn't a dating site. Although it could end up that way. I don't know. Maybe we can
That's
help
a
people find
way to make
people.
money.
Yeah. Shit. Maybe we should do
2
that.
dads dating? No.
2
Are you
dads,
pimping
Gen
it
X.
out right
No. we're
2
not doing
dads, Gen X pimp dating.
that. And on that note.
I mean, I know Jason wants to do another podcast. All right, hey, hit that like and subscribe button, guys. Join us next week for
Every
part
Tuesday.
2
Yep.
of
Next week.
Vanessa's dating extravaganzas. And actually, we're going to talk about actual where do you go to date and the apps and things like that.
Yeah, and some of our experiences too, not just Vanessa's.
Yeah.
Her perspective is interesting.
It's been good. We always like that.
This is fun. But yeah,
All
check us out
Thank
next
you.
time for the rest of this one.
All right, guys. Stay classy, Kansas City.
Yeah.